Yo, I'm testing my vocals out on my headphones. Cool. Oh shit, hold up, I can't show my face yet. I don't have my beanie on. And I don't want to show my forehead. That's the game when it comes to streaming. I got a Yakub size forehead. Oh shit. I got a Yakub size forehead. Damn, here comes disclosure. Disclosure crypto. Always gotta shill something. You're shilling something new now, bro. What happened to the other thing? High returns on liquidity. Man. Fuck, man. High returns on liquidity. So this video isn't financial advice because nothing in crypto is actually financial. Like, if you think crypto is finance, you need to seek help. You might need to get a better paying job. You might need to press your boss to get a raise. That's probably what you should do instead of thinking crypto is finance. Press your boss. Bitch, where is my raise? Today, what's up, y'all? Yo, thanks for hanging out and waiting in the room. Just seeing if people were gonna pull up or not. What up, Lita? Real champions in the house. Now, motherfuckers are exhausted today. You can feel it in the air. It is March 27th, Thursday. Boy, we at the end of the month. The month is over. Next week is April. I know the month is over because I'm DJing a really cool spot this weekend. And they only hit me up to DJ this spot like at the end of the month. It's like the throw together party. Throw it all together. You know. So you live through those. If you you know type shit. But yeah, today's March 27, 2025. Closer to 26 than ever before. It's a Thursday, so we're at the end of the fucking week. And yeah, this is when most people are exhausted. Thursdays. Ugh. Like, you've made it. You're almost there. but you got one more day, right? So you can definitely feel it all around the markets. That's why I was looking at Bitcoin here. Again, I'm bullish on Bitcoin long term. In this short term macro experience that everyone's in right now, or micro, I said macro, lols. In this little micro concept right now, or whatever. I don't give a fuck, man. I'm not a trader. Okay, it's not what I do. I understand the technology. This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka Mo World Peace, the DJ / producer. That's what I do. I fucks with the hardware. So yeah, please excuse this channel. It is kind of blunt. If I met you yesterday, went to a cool little base meetup. Shout outs to you. Make sure you like the video. Met some people out in the crypto space and in the real world. Yeah, I think New York is gonna be a hub for crypto. I'm starting to really feel that way. Like I live here. I kind of want to move back to California, but then like I go to a crypto event like last night, and I'm like, the ideas are surging here. This is the part of the matrix you can't remove. Like you can't remove how exciting New York is. The fuck, like we alive and everybody else is alive. They gotta do the thing. So it's cool meeting people yesterday. Again, it feels like the crypto community is definitely expanding because of the NFT hype that happened 2 years ago. And yesterday in this like talk I was in, granted it was for base and it was like a podcast feeling thing. They have speakers and such. But what was interesting about the whole experience was everybody's view. You know, it's like you go to a Twitter space and you hear people like in their in their couch. You know, it's not like me, like I'm live right now, like I got the light on and shit, and like I'm on YouTube, I'm trying to expand beyond my horizon. Like this is like a whole different arena. So that's kind of how I felt about the talk that I went to, and it was inspirational where I'm like, yeah, crypto needs to get back into this. We need to get back into being real and becoming, or to getting out of social media and getting back into the real world. So that was a really refreshing time in crypto. And again, it came at the end of the month because they was probably like, we got some extra money, man, throw a fucking event together, spend some of this shit for taxes. And crypto should not be that. It should not be the thing you just spin up because you got some extra money on the side. But yeah, that's not why we're here. We're here because this technology, it is game changing. Obviously, it's worth $87,000 now. That is what is worth $87,000. The technology of Bitcoin. That is what people are protecting. That is why you should be here. Now, there's a lot of people in the space right now. Like I was saying, I met them last night. I met a bunch of people who got the DGen airdrop, and I finally got the deets on this. And basically, like, if you don't know, there's this thing called Warpcast in base. Well, it's called Farcaster. It's weird. I learned a lot about it yesterday, so I'm gonna start diving in on this. You guys will be a part of the experience. Like I said, the super heavy Zen content will be in my members for fucking $2 if you're really trying to dive into Zen. Because again, Zen is complete, so there's no reason to find any extra secrets. There's nothing there. It's a fucking fair launched project. It's gonna do its thing. Jack 11's gonna drop X1. We're gonna pop confetti, and it's gonna be good. But like, how do we make crypto better? That's really the next 4 to 5 years, and the tools that people create and the way that we can use the Zen crypto, right? This fairly launched coin, and it's, you know, I have this theory where the problem with releasing coins is that you become responsible for all these people, like for no fucking reason. For no reason, all of a sudden, everybody looks at you like it's you saved them, right? This is the Zen thing, right? We're doing it the opposite way. Our chart goes down and down. I mean, right now, CBZen is fighting for its life because people swear to God it's over. So I'm just watching it. It's hilarious. But yeah, we go down before we go up, right? Same with XEN. XEN's been out longer than CBZen. So it's even more down. It's even more down. And we'll see if it goes further. and whatnot. But going back to this DJing coin, I was hearing from people who were not exposed to the message. They were like, they're artists. They don't know what's going on. They're like, man, I'm poor. Or not I'm poor, but you know, like they're looking for opportunity. They need to make money. And in this, this is like a fun, this, I don't know, maybe, you know, again, maybe God set this shit up. So I go to this event out of my free will and I hear these people's problems in crypto. Because that's what everyone's talking about. Their fucking problems. So it's making a lot of sense. Like the way everything is rolling out, it makes a lot of sense. You just got to wait for the world to catch up. But they're officially screaming it like this is a problem. And the thing is that they got an airdrop and it went nuts and they held the top. So now they're holding the bag, or the community, right? This all happened because of Farcaster and giving people incentive to go and create social media artificially, right? Using their art and such. So I was, my head, I mean, I know what they was spitting, but that's what I was receiving. I was like, man, y'all sound like some Xenians. Like y'all sound like y'all gave y'all all to something and then the chart dumped and now you're here looking at grants from base to push it to the next level. And that's fine. You know, that's part of it. But it really just opened up my mind to like, again, these other coins and networks that you want to be honing in on. And yeah, this is the Zen mentality for real. You know, your coin's going to go down forever, but what is it hanging on to? You know, what does it have access to? You know, where is it driving its community? And some would say, I would say, I'm not gonna say some would say, I would say this is a healthy chart actually, because going to an event, seeing there's a lot of people still holding their degen, they're saying, hey, maybe it'll come back. They're all airdroppers. So we know how that goes in the Zen world. Yeah, maybe this does do some gains in the meme sector, right? So a lot of people still, they haven't discovered Zen because of this stupid thing called Bitcoin. But the lower infra, you know, on Bitcoin, which I would say is now, it's going to be layer 2 in Ethereum, as we know. And that's why, again, Solana is popping, because they're keeping the layer 1 ethos, right? They're going to stay with what they're basically repairing what Ethereum left off with when they went to proof of stake. That's how I'm picturing it, because ETH was all we had. There was no other there was no competition. Like there was fast things like Tron, IOST. I was using EOS because I got in on that really early. But like there really wasn't like another competitor for Ethereum that made people think differently about their experience. And I mean, yeah, you had Cardano, but they didn't have smart contracts, right? We see the picture. It's the present day. We can look at the history, and it definitely paints today's picture. So again, I'm hyped about Solana. I'm hyped to be in the X1 ecosystem, and knowing that like I can hokey pokey, essentially. That's how I was thinking of it. I'm like, yo, I'm low key a mole in here because I'm a real Xenian and I care about production. And there is actually no better coin to build out with artists than the Zen token. So I'm excited right now about what's coming next. And I can see where like people are fatigued because all they know is like the bad side of crypto. Like I made a joke and a lot of people liked it. I won't show them because likes are hidden. This is a cool photo. I think I reposted it. Hey, go watch this video. It's funny as hell. I just be wilding out. Hey, what's up though? What up, Dank? What up, EW? What up, Lita? What's up? If you're on YouTube, come over to, if you're on Twitter, X, come over to YouTube. That's where I read the chat. And we're trying to pump the subs. We're trying to pump the members for that good old $199. Oh my God. I'm so rich. But yeah, what is it? Cause where did I post that shit? Oh my God, I can't find it. Oh yeah, it's right here. I was like, niggas will dead ass charge you $15 and you will pay them, or you will pay and watch them read a website. You deserve to lose. Yes. This is how I know motherfuckers are fatigued. Cause like, if you still paying for shit, and people are, cause I'm gonna use Dank's word real quick, the LARPing, cause I've heard it a lot lately. Now it's like you're full saying it, everybody's saying it. The LARPing is out of control, bro. Like it's like crazy how NPC the reality of crypto is, and it's because again, it doesn't matter. Like, people are asking for it. They're already seeking for it. It's just they gotta find it, and the finding it is pioneers figuring out ways to extend the olive branch, and that's what we don't have right now. Like, we still got an internal battle inside of Zen world. My chain's better than this chain. My chain's better than this chain. And that's kind of what's postponing the liquidity, right? Liquidity is gonna come in through Ethereum Zen. But it needs a lot of buy power, but there's a lot of sell power. Obviously, I've already explained why. There's not enough stakers. You need to increase the staking, right? But in order to do that, you need to bring value to it, right? And if one person's just saying it, but people aren't testing it because the crowd is so tiny, then yeah, like this is infra essentially that has to be built. Somebody has to build it, but Zen has like no foundation. It's just a fairly launched contract. It's just like Bitcoin in the very beginning. Bitcoin had no foundation. It was just a fucking coin. And if you got it, you got it. If it hit you like, then it was like, okay, cool. And it took a long time for people to get to the eureka moment with Bitcoin. Let me see what it's called. So yeah, that's kind of like how my mind is on the Zen right now. Like, people haven't gotten to the eureka moment. It's a small group. I mean, it's a small group. Cause you would be buying this shit. And that's what it's crazy. It's a small group because it'd be 5 people. Like, the person on CBZen that's buying it up, my mind is blown. I'm like, yo, this person, whoever this is, this the most valuable buyer, the MVB. This is the sole reason that CBZen is keeping its range, because all the Zens are illiquid. And yesterday, there's actually a really good reference for this, because the jelly situation that happened yesterday. So if you don't know, they're probably still trying to figure this shit out. But essentially, somebody used Hyperliquid to like make away with $2 million. It was like $2 million, something like that. And what they did was they did a short on this thing called Jelly, right? Jelly. And Jelly, basically, it was just a meme coin. And I'm starting to see what's happening with these memes. I didn't think they got like this, but like, I'm not in that world. I'm a Zenian. I've been hyper focused on how do we make value from the chain, because none of this shit is valuable. Like, none of this shit is valuable. This is a waste of time. This is a grift, essentially, because you're not going to get anything out of it. You're just going to build more bad business. So like I think Zen is good for crypto business, and the best approach to a more don't trust, verify community, right? That's like that's the original Bitcoin community. Don't trust, verify. Everybody knew what to do, right? Everybody knew how not to get scammed. It was a small community and they all got it. And then again, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people start getting just like how I found about Bitcoin in like 2013. It was because the homie got the Eureka. Have you heard about Bitcoin? Bro, I've been making money from my motherfucking couch. Right? And that only lasts for so long. That's when I believe like in Zen's price performance. Like when there's that happening, yeah, it might be like life-changing for everybody that's here. But there's more in there than just that fucking narrative that everybody likes to follow. And we'll talk about it if you join the members, because that's where I can turn up. For now, we're not as turned up. We're looking at the way that all this shit comes together, because it's just like in Zen. So yeah, like in this jelly thing, they basically did a short on it yesterday, and like it like, I mean, like now they're doing some weird shit. So they like pumped it hard, remove liquidity to something. I don't really know how to explain it because it has nothing to do with me. But what they did was they opened a whole case of worms where this treasury on Hyperliquid was responsible for a $4 million debt. But here they're saying 7 million. So maybe it went up some. I heard it was 4 million. And that essentially turned into an exploit where Hyperliquid was getting, people were siphoning out the price of, or they were just taking out this collateral. Just like, it's just a mess, man. That's why like it's a double-edged sword that we're not on exchanges heavy in the Zen world, because things like this might happen if more people knew about Zen, because it's so illiquid. Zen would be the perfect one to fuck up everyone's vault, and that's maybe why too. It's not everywhere in that style, but it is here. I'm very curious, like how like you got this jelly coin that people were able to do this type of stuff with because it got to a certain market cap, right? Like if we zoom out, like this got up to a 200 million market cap. And this is like what I'm saying, like they were like, there's a whole other world here that no one, I mean, if you were on Solana, you were paying attention to it. And I have my own tinfoil hat theory on this, where I think a lot of Solana's community is in they're hyper focused on breaking the DeFi. That's like what they're built to do, to find these cracks in the DeFi so they can fix them. And that's kind of why, again, Solana it has a lot of energy inside of it. And when X1 comes out, like it's going to be really cool to see that energy and the degen like come together, because the degen knows how to hodl. That's what Zen has. Zen has hodlers, bro. That's why we're illiquid. And what meme coins want. Meme coins want hodlers. Like none of them are utility. None of them come from the root cause, aka the block. So they're all speculation. Nothing literally compares to the Zen coin. I mean, now on Solana, it's a little different. It's more complex. So they don't really care about, that's what I'm saying. They don't really care about Zen on Solana, because they're like, get that weak story out of my face, bitch. We flip memes. Get that hodler story out of my face. But then you go back over to the east side and it's like, bro, we're diamond hands, we're bleeding to the end of this. Like that's what's hella funny. That's what's hella funny, yo. What up, Mind Body Crypto? What it do? What's up, Tree City West? Oh yeah, he got it. Tree City West got it. They shorted jelly on Hyperliquid, then pumped the price on chain and liquidated themselves. So Hyperliquid took on the bad debt and pumped it. Hyperliquid took on the bad debt, and then they had to keep buying the shorts, and it got up to 10 million. Damn. Oh, 10 million. So it just keeps going up. Shit. But that's what like, wow. So yeah, like because the shorts or those perp markets, those are actually bad for business. So there's a lot of good in Zen not being in certain places, but you couldn't say that to this like, I'm a financial degen, like these new fake degens. I like the old degens from like 2017. Them motherfuckers, that's my blueprint. Like, that's how I know how to hodl and do the math quick. Right? Become part of the Zen staking class and get the fuck out the funk. Another promotion. But yeah, like anything like that, like I know all Hyperliquid is that. So essentially, if it's 10 million in that short, that's out the vault, right? And that's hard to recover from. That changes the whole shebang for everybody, right? Because if that's the hard asset, that's the backing, right? That's the liquidity. And to lose 10 million is to say you're gonna go out and get it back. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, they could probably do it. They got funding, but 10 mil to take a $10 million loss. We'll see. No one really cares about Hyperliquid like that anyways. It might also just disappear. It was just a quick ass flip phone. Everybody went over there. They had fun with the walkie-talkie feature. That shit got that shit. Oh, you can hear oh, fuck it. I knew this was gonna happen. It's centralized. It was funny. But yeah, a lot of Solana bros. So this comes off like the olive branch of Solana. And I would almost say, again, they could find a patch for this. It would just require more centralization. Even more. Because they don't know how to act. Sheesh. Disclosure crypto. Yeah, my guy, he's like always holding it down for the wrong team. Disclosure crypto. Just root for Zen, bro. That's all you gotta do. Serious Punch Samson, what's up, dog? What it do? Thanks for saying what's up. But yeah, so like this whole jelly thing, this whole pulse chain thing, this whole everybody's scared to buy Bitcoin because they think it's gonna go back to 75. So when you zoom out on the daily, the 200 is like we're dancing on it. Diamonds on me dancing. I'm trying to look at the weekly and stay bullish, but it's really hard because this could just be a wick and that's it. But yeah, looking at the daily on Bitcoin, it's trying to make a move, but it needs buyers. So that's where the question comes in, like, who's buying Bitcoin? We see like banks are trying to set up arrangements to buy the Bitcoins. And that's kind of why, again, I'm bearish on Bitcoin in this short term, at least until like middle April. I've already said this though. I was like, yo, I think it can pop off, but then it's just going to instantly get rejected. And if it just doesn't get instantly rejected, it's just going to go down. And like everybody's so defeated in crypto because they need it right now. There's taxes right now for some people. They need the crypto. They're going to need to sell their assets. Like I've been here before. That was the worst thing ever, was having to sell my crypto assets because I needed it, right? That's why today I'm actually pretty, I'm hurting, but you want to know what? Where did I say it? Right here. This is the motto, the motto right now. I'm not selling any crypto, and I'm allowing my IRL body to go through some financial hardship. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. This is when you diamond hand, man. You gotta let everybody else fall off, because they need it. You gotta like see how much you really need it when it gets to this part of crypto, because this is the part of the cycle that I don't think I don't think you can ever get away from it. I've been here for way too long now, and it's happened every year. Now, position is what has never happened, I would say, in my journey. I've always been positioned on the opposite side of the narrative because I'm like following somebody. I'm not like streaming every day on YouTube and like giving my 2 cents or experimenting with the homies and seeing how other people are trying to do this thing called cryptocurrency. But yeah, there's a lot of people on the same narrative. And that's why, again, like for them, they might need to take profits. So like if we look at the monthly, right? This doesn't really look good. On the month looks so undecided, and we at the end of the month, bruv. That's why I'm like, yo, this could be like a blow off candle, and it just, it took them a second to fill it, and you're just right back down at 76, and then it could go over, and we could start like that's what I'm saying. In April, we could start our way up, and this could be like the last flush. Or this could just go down and close this red candle, which would be 78. And again, that's what I mean. It's a lot of people trying to think, what do I do here? Because look at this RSI. They're like, all right, do I gamble? Because I'm up. And what I mean by they're up, just go to CoinMarketCap and you'll see how up they are for the year. Jeets. What up? Arnett in the house. What it do? But yeah, so what we can see here in Bitcoin is if we go to like this coin market cap or whatever, I use this to map out statistics that are out here. But yeah, people are still up 26% for the year. So that could totally get wiped out. And if I bought in a couple years ago at 73 and I have a Lambo and Bitcoin, I'm taking Lambo. That's how I'm thinking too. So I'm also looking at this saying like, yeah, they're probably going to take the Lambo. Just like the person on CBZen, the number one CBZen seller right now or last night that like drove the price down. But again, shout outs to fucking B381 because they're the most valuable buyer. When you're selling, I guess you're selling to that dude or girl or it, whatever they want to be called. But yeah, last night saw aggressive dumping here. So one account. Oh yeah, there was 2 accounts actually. Maybe it's the same person. But that's kind of what my head was. I was like, maybe it's the same person. But yeah, one account bought a bunch of Zen up and now they're dumping it. And this is what I mean, like it could be the same person. In my head, I'm thinking it's the same person because what they're doing is they're buying up the chart and they're trying to bait in people into fucking CBZen, but it's illiquid. So like you can do this, but you're kind of double-edged sorting yourself because if a bunch of people don't follow, then you got to dump. But what they get to do is they've been taking their mints over time that they've had staked, and they're slowly selling them and restaking what they're willing to keep, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller. And who's to say they're not? Maybe they're the third wallet buying back the CBZen. I don't fucking know. I don't really care. I think it's just really fascinating that their name is Buy a Lamborghini. I'm like, buy a Lamborghini? Like, you must already have one because this is not Lamborghini activities. I don't know what it means. I don't get it. But now I'm trying to see more of this vision, like on a Bitcoin scale. Because again, like Zen is Bitcoin, and people will have to make the same decisions. It's just a more fair environment currently. In the future, we don't know what it looks like yet. Again, I'm doing the 1-day mints on Optimism now. So I'm starting to get a perception of what it's like. And it's actually not bad. And I can't believe other people aren't doing it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's my research center. The Portal 9 Research Center. Um, but yeah, I think the social token versus the hardware token, they are very similar. Bitcoin's like the first social token crypto, because again, people had to talk about it in order for it to blossom. The social environment is what built Bitcoin. Without the social aspect, there would be no Bitcoin. So that's what Zen is trying to redo without the hardware, which is more complex, because there's really nothing to point at and say, hey, mon, that thing is coming from the outlet, mon, you know? It's like, yo, what are we doing here? And we're still like trying to find definition similar to the early days in Bitcoin. Is how I think of it. So every Zen has the opportunity to do this. Now, if you're on a bad chain, that's what's going to fuck your Zen up. Right? And I've also thought about this where I'm like, man, I wish I could take this idea and make it my own, which you can. But the difference is status. This is connected to fair crypto. So this is always going to have more status than anything that comes after it. The concept is actually to put the Zen coin inside of a program you create and migrate the status into your program, right? So that's why, again, I'm more pro CB Zen, because this is where Zen is. It's actually a social token. It's just so complex that everybody is in the world arguing about the world. Which world do we want to see? And like it's fascinating to see others like in this. Again, like there's people in the world making the world work for them. But again, I know this account made all the Zen they have, because I've been watching them, and they've been, like I said, they've been dropping it low, and people have been picking it up. So and there's one specific person picking it up. So it's just like, is that person the fucking same person? Which would make sense, because it wouldn't make any sense, but I mean, it'd be something to do. It's a test. You know, there is a test in that ideology where you're like washing trades, I guess, to try to see what it's like if there were these types of personalities. Like if I had money, I guess, to kill, and I minted a bunch of Zen, like why wouldn't I run a quick experiment like that? Because now you can see CB Zen is oversold. It's in a good place to buy. So if I'm making a chart, this is what you would want to have going on: a buyer, a seller, and then an entity that bought a bunch of supply and dumps it back. It's wild. We don't have that on ETH Zen right now. We do, but I mean, what I'm trying to get out on ETH Zen is we don't have a bunch of people doing that. This asset is also illiquid in its larger scale, which is kind of funny. Like it's like we would want to promote ETH Zen. Like you would want to develop a farm for ETH Zen. I don't know why no one's gotten to that part. You know, maybe it's like a mental hurdle. Now that I'm developing more on base chain, this is kind of where I'm at with this moment in time. And maybe you're not here because you're not deving. But imagine this, like I'm in base chain and I feel comfortable and I'm not losing much. So now, like, I look at Ethereum, and usually when I'm looking, I look to see now how much did it cost someone to deploy a contract? Because it's like, yo, if you're producing good content on base, why wouldn't you take it to Ethereum? Because everybody has this concept that it's the best. It's the main layer. We're just still in the portal zone or portal. We're in the aura of the portal. That's why I'm like portal zone. Like we're not in the portal. We're like in the aura of it, where you can still feel the transition. Personally, I think people are transitioning into the layer 2s. I do not think they're going back into the Ethereum. Right? That's why I'm like, yo, build on base. Don't build on here. You can always come back. Like if it's good on base, just come back to ETH. And then, you know, the real devs are made that way. The game is backwards. Invert. And yeah, that was like yeah, that's like graduation in base chain. Like imagine graduating from base chain to like real ETH. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a ETH person. I don't know if that's really the game plan. That's just kind of how I'm reading it. It shouldn't be like that, but that's just the way it is. I bought P.o.P. Brian, what are you doing, man? Pulse chain is done. So I'm saying, stop holding yourself back, bro. Stop holding yourself back. Pulse chain is fried. People are dancing on 20%, 25% now. It is 25% now. Oh man, this shit was 26%. What happened? Number one. Oh yeah, this is bearish too for Bitcoin. GameStop. Like this is what I be talking about. Like you never get news about Bitcoin. Like that's like solid. It's like, whoa, you know, it was more woey when Trump was talking about it and it got into like Congress, but nothing happened because everybody's hedging in a recession. It was like right when we got to that conversation, all of a sudden, all the rich motherfuckers are like, hey, actually, you know, I don't know if I could buy crypto. There might be a recession coming. This is great news. It's like, oh, see, set up again. Y'all got set up again. That's why I'm building my position in Zen, because I am out of this fucking funk. This shit is funk. Right? Go all in on Zen. That's all you have to do. Fuck everything else. It all's trash. It's mind games. Everything is a mind game. None of it is shooting hoops. You want to shoot hoops? Make C ranks. Build position. Understand the mining formulas. Understand how every single chain has a certain response dealing with its native resource, right? One of the craziest things about Pulse Chain that I keep talking about is that they don't have no stakers. Still no stakers, right? Still no increase in new wallet activity. If I was the mayor of this, if I'm the president of Zen, I'm on that ass, Pulse Chain. What in the fuck are y'all doing over here? Y'all got to get this up. But y'all chain is fried, so I'm giving you the courtesy clap of I'm gonna let you catch up. All right, but this is what I'm saying. Like this is slowing people down. Like any Zenian, I mean, shout out to Rolando because he's a hardcore P-Zen rocker. You feel me? And you too, Brian. I know y'all be rocking with that shit. But this shit holding y'all back. This shit is like hanging out with a class clown in the back of the class. Like at this point, like they don't want to stake over there. And you got a lot of supply to buy back, and you got to deal with Pulse Chain losing value. So your P-Zen loses value because it's living in the native. Unless you put it in something else, maybe you do that, but then that's crazy, right? One of the craziest things I seen in Pulse Chain when I opened up the fucking box, because I had to, because I'm like, what are y'all doing over there? Like, how is this happening? Like. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this whole DAI thing is exploit, blah, blah, blah. But then when it really hit me was when I went and looked at my hex stakes, because I still got hex stakes, you motherfuckers. I still have hex stakes, you bitch motherfuckers. Now I'm like, oh, okay. All right, that P.o.P shit is fucked up because that shit is bleeding out into the ETH world. Because this is the bridge. And it's my fault. I am at fault for even having this stupid coin in my psychological brain. My psychological brain. I'm going psycho right now. Yeah, I'm going psycho. Look at this shit. But it doesn't even get that bizarre, bro. Like y'all gotta let this shit go. Look at this shit. Thank God P-Zen is not. That's why I'm like, yo, you got a thingy thing because like P-Zen's not hooked up to this. But now you got to travel through the mud, bro. You got no advice. It's fucking cool. But bro, this is crazy. Divers die, nigga. Like divers die, nigga. Double die, duh. That's the dumbest shit. Die versus die, nigga. That doesn't make any sense. You put USDT versus USDC. You don't put USDC versus USDC. Like, yo, that shit is crazy. I still don't know. Damn, that Hex market cap. Yeah, the Hex market cap is everything about it is such a distraction. And this is why, yo, I'm telling you, Zen is the key to everybody's sanctuary. Cause it's predictable. And you know what's funny about it? It's so complex. It's not predictable. That's the best part about it. That's the beauty. There's always confusion. You could just sit there and just watch people just be confused, or you could give them a little tip. Hey man, maybe you don't want to be making so many G ranks while the price is down. And they could take it if they want to. Or like I'm saying, like on the post chain shit, it's like, hey bro, maybe you want to buy it all up and stake it, but here are your risks. I sound like GPT for Zen, but here are your fucking risks, you know? And it's buck wild that we even have to talk about the risk, bro. It's buck wild. Like you can even go to Polygon. Go save Polygon because they need stakers over there. And they got a shit ton of tokens. Right? This is what's gonna happen with Base. Like I'm expecting Base to have this many coins if X1 never comes out. I'm like, okay, Base is just gonna do exactly what Polygon has done, and they're going. Like look at this is a pump right here. Let's see, what is this what is this price here? Somebody bought the bottom. Like, bam, boy, that's a 7%er right there. A little 7% swing. You know, and if it goes all the way up to here, that's a little 11%er. You know what I'm saying? And if they bought back here, they're up 12. And if it goes all the way up there, and so on and so on. But yeah, Polygon is like actually funny because it's the third world Zen. And this is like why I'm like nervous in general, because I'm like, man, even in the third world they dumping this Zen shit. Like even they dumping it. Like Jack is gonna have to literally come out the cuts and tell everybody to stop dumping, but he would never do that. Like it's beyond the hilariousness now, because like nigga, ain't none of this shit a security. It's just, none of it is security. So like, bro could definitely just come out the cuts and just be like, hey, y'all should stake it. But the impact is lost if we lose that, if we need him to do that, if that makes any sense. Like that's why Hex has failed, because it's relying too much on one person's voice to lead the army instead of there being a ton of generals and commanders and shit. Right? And then we win the war and then everybody get a city, damn it. That's how I understand it. It's just what a battle, what a fucking track, right? Damn. All these gimmies on my with my journeyman. Soul main in this bitch. P died on P died. Yo, it went die on die, homie. You ain't never seen that before. That's why I was like, yo, I have never seen that shit. I ain't never seen die on die. Like that's the biggest flag. Like you did this to yourself. Like this isn't like someone who bought Bitcoin at 109,000. They are not like you. They are not like you. They're gonna recover. This shit is not recovering. This shit is double die. And what's the worst part about it is all those people over there. See, like what the worst part about the whole Hex thing too, and I'm just gonna talk shit because fuck it, it's fucking my Zen world up because it's keeping the homies down. Fuck, homies need to get up. We're going up, man. Once y'all reinflate your fucking bags, shit, stop dumping your Zen bag because you sad about your Hex bag too, man. Fuck that shit. That shit is retarded. Stop dumping your Zen bag because you're sad about your Titan X bag. Fuck that shit. It's fucking retarded. And like, this is where we are in this scenario. None of them Hex fools cared about it until it started affecting Hex. And that's why I had to tune in on it, I guess. Because I didn't give a fuck. And then I saw the ETH Hex bags and I was like, oh, this is why they've been running a 6-day emergency meeting. Emergency, what do we do? Now I'm over here looking like an idiot because my fucking wallet touched this stupid ass coin. That's the real woe. I actually told people about Hex. Like, it's the funny thing. Like, the growth in crypto is amazing, and you'll get a ton of different ideas that will come your way. You'll shill really bad ideas to people, but it's part of the growth. Like, man, oh fuck, I don't have my book. I brought my book yesterday. I was gonna take some notes on people. I feel weird being a case study inside of a gathering, but it was just so unique. I just couldn't stop myself from just like being fascinated. Last time I went to a base event too, since we're like podcasting. Last time I went to a base event, it was full of alcohol and financial bros. So base wasn't targeting the right people. This time around, a year later, I really do feel like they're finding their niche, which explains the Dune that we looked at. Because again, I was saying like the best angle for base is not to come in as a financial leader in layer twos, because that's a given, but that takes away from the custodial side. Like, they don't want to interrupt that. That's where they make the most money, from Coinbase, not from base. Coinbase is valued at like $10 billion, bro. I mean, if base can get beyond 10 billion, which I mean is trying to do, right? If you I'm looking hard at this base stuff because I'm building it out. Like, I'm gonna turn it to a base channel, and it's gonna be powered by XEN, bitch. We Xenians in the base world looking for the most fair DeFi while this pot grows, because that's smart in my opinion. But yeah, 3.2 billion. So like, you can go and I had a flex on someone yesterday in one of the price chats, because I'm like, man, Zen is cooked, dog, but it's not cooked, but like, it's cooked. So like, yeah, you should maybe not want to cook it further and be on like ETH. Shout out to ETHW. I know I had a fry an ETHW person, but I had to, because yeah, why would you be on that? Coinbase also, they have the special number. They've been advertising 108 million members, which is pretty funny that they haven't updated this number since 2022. Like, I'm sure they have more members, but whatever. Maybe they haven't, but I just find it very funny. We love the 108. So you see it there. This is Wikipedia. You can go look at this shit too. But this is where I'm at with it. Their total equity in 2024 was 10.3 billion. Okay. Their operating income is 2.3 billion, and their revenue was 6.5 billion. Like, Coinbase, this base thing is a side project. So that's what I'm saying. They could easily fill it up, but that defeats the purpose of the impact that it could take, which they want to seize, because they did it with Coinbase. Like, Brian Armstrong low-key understood the impact of putting a company around a Bitcoin idea, like making a wallet, because niggas are retarded, because they're gonna find Pulse Chain. So we got to make Coinbase. Have you seen this guy Richard Hart? Man, we got to make Coinbase. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. I just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, he was plugged in. He got all the right venture capitalists, and they've survived. They've survived a lot. And I honestly like this angle, because I also think it would do them justice if they moved to layer 2 activity and took stress off the custodial side and were able to figure out how to keep that revenue between the two. Right? That's crazy numbers. That's telling you to go buy their stock like right now, because they got the value, they got the volume to do it. So this is an empty bucket. They're trying to refill it, but with users and their own liquidity rather than their own, but they're willing to feed it. So that's again where it's like, okay, maybe we should be deving for Zen on base and not treating it like buy a Lamborghini, who just thinks that this is just a token that they fucking make and sell. Like, that's a classic crypto thing that I would personally think is toxicity. Just like the airdrop, that shit is toxic crypto nature. That was never needed, but it was needed when all the VC weirdos came in. This your boy Crypto Bro. I'm a cypherpunk, low key. When all those VC crypto weirdos came in, they fucked everything up. And that's what I mean. Base had that same feeling when I went to their very first meetup. I met a couple cool people, you know, with Og, we were chilling, and you couldn't talk to nobody because there was just too much weird energy. There was 2 events going on at the same time, and Coinbase had the back, and we were at a bar. So it was fratty as a bitch. It was like, you know, it's like somebody had their wedding reception there or something type shit. Like, man, when I make my own company, for real, like if you're the head of the HR, you're supposed to throw the nice event, bitch. If you do that shit at a wedding gallery place, you're fired. Because the distractions. Can't nobody listen or get intimate with the reason they're there. And that's why, again, I'm really enjoying the base strategy, because they are trying to bring in artists to make the chain intimate rather than hyper liquid that you can just see like they wreck themselves. And even post chain, maybe they should have been more inviting to the artists, but that's definitely not their characteristics. Like, let's be honest. But that's what the angle is. The artists, the collaborative entrepreneur type shit. Yeah, and yeah, they got it on Rocket. What we need to do for XEN is we need to make an aerodrome liquidity pool. So if we're gonna provide liquidity as a notion, I'm thinking that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep brainstorming this. But yeah, we need an app that's on top of aerodrome, and we need to start pairing like XEN with USDC and Bitcoin. And like there's a whole thing that can go here. Damn, these APRs are actually pretty nuts just for the Bitcoin and this stuff. Yeah, like the DeFi section. That's why, again, I want to switch up the way I talk about on the channel for a long period of time and not just be so centered around Zen, because there's so many opportunities right now, but they're really nurturing themselves in base chain. And what's going to happen is essentially, I believe one day X1 will come out and it will have apps, you know, and I'm looking at both Ethereum, or the thing is that there's a war with the stable coins, right? And that's why, again, I don't know who's going to win the stablecoin thing, right? I don't know. Man, stablecoin TVL, 2 billion. It's pretty much all of it. Solana, stablecoins. Yeah. So that's why I mean, on Solana, it's going to look good too. Base, you just can get in early. It's like you could do Ethereum again. Yeah, and that's why, who knows? Like, maybe we're in base for 2 years, and then it's just like, fuck it, we're out of base. We're 100% in X1. Like, we're just in X1. Like, we did it all. Like, we've made the yield. We've yielded as much as we could out of the base. They can't figure it out or something. And they're like, that's why I'm thinking like, base has to figure out how to keep the engine going. And I think that's the hardest thing. I feel like to keep the engine going in the blockchain is to run the blockchain. Like, why are you like, that's why all these blockchains are dead now, because they've been looking for an engine outside of the EVM. And it's like, no, the EVM is going to be why people show the fuck up, right? They're going to show up for your EVM. Unless you have a really good PSYOP like XRP, or you have a really good exchange like Binance. Of course, Solana's virtual machine is why people are showing up. And again, it's maintaining a great range in a very difficult time. So I'm bullish on Solana, like OD. And that's my one thing about like challenging the base world, is I see base wants to run side by side with Solana, and there's a lot of bridges already built, right? So it's weird. You know, I don't think Coinbase wants to lose the race, because they could, again, if they can migrate their accounts over while there's natural activity, it's gonna look like a beautiful relationship. Imagine having on-chain activity and off-chain centralization, feeding fees and giving yourself, I don't know. The money laundering is gonna be insane. That's all I can think it is. Binance Chain had it going, but now Binance Chain is weird. The thing that Coinbase has over Binance is that their blockchain isn't hooked up to a token. So the value really does come from the people within it. Right? So that's pretty fascinating. That's why Optimism and Arbitrum are kind of weird, because they drop tokens that they don't use for the engine. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Shout out to Rolando. I scooped some peas in today because I meant it from the very beginning. I guess I can say I'm married to it. Yeah, bro. The video I posted on my X account, that's for you too. That's your relationship with peas in. I mean, it is what it is, you know. If you believe in the vibes, it's your belief, you know. I mean, like, I'm not like, again, I have no risk in Pulse Chain, so I get to shoot the shit with like this, like ha ha, you know. But I do feel for the homies. That's why I'm like, yo, you need to get everybody on board with peas in. But you see what I mean? Like, it's like, why unravel all of that? Like, why do you have to go and tell everybody to do something? That's not what crypto was invented for. Like, it was not invented for you to work hard in real world and on the internet. Like, hard work should just be learning something new. And when you learn it, hopefully it applies to a skill that gives you revenue, which I think we are learning. Like, I think we are learning tools that we're going to be able to use to make revenue whenever X1 chain is actually real. But yeah, we don't know when that's going to be, blah, blah, blah. So we're in limbo, and you're probably subjective again to fall back on like something you got a lot of risk in. Yeah. And it's okay to quit. Like, yo, it's okay to quit. I've quit mad times. If you've been on the channel with me, you saw me go through I thought XEN, because I did it backwards. I was like, the smaller the block, the less sell pressure. That's stupid because it's still inflating, right? So XEN did not play out the way that I thought it would. It had a lot of good volume, but again, as soon as everybody gives up, the inflation wins. Always, until the amp is at 1500. That's why right now we're dealing with that everywhere but CBZN. And it's only because people have access to base and Ethereum. I keep saying it's a very complex concept, but accessibility, just think of it that way. People have access to CBZN. They don't have access to a lot of these other coins. That is all it is. It's not any secret magic or sauce. It's just accessibility and the fact that other people don't want to move. If more people, like I said, broke up with whatever they need to quit and moved into something else, all of a sudden it would change the frequency, because now all of the energy is changing. Right now the energy's been the same, and one person's just buying it back and maintaining the frequency. I'm saying now, shout outs B381. They're holding up their frequency. And that's true. Like, if I had some bread right now, like some real bread to spend, like I'd be buying CBZN, because I still think X1's around the corner, and I still think that in Zen world you're less you're not getting the best advantage if you're not getting as much as you can today. Like, if you wanted to build something out, like last night I was thinking about doing like something with art and CBZN, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to give this shit away. So what I did to start my experiment, because I'm like, see, this is the one day thing that I'm talking about. Like, I want to see people make Zen in a 24-hour period, because that makes more sense. Like that sounds entertaining. Not making Zen 509 days. That sounds like an old person sitting on a couch, right? So how do we make it so motherfuckers are doing this shit daily, right? And then that's when I'm so happy I went to the art show, because then it kind of started clicking with me, and I'm like, yo, CB Zen is for tips. This is for tips. All of the smaller Zens are for tips. It's just how you perceive the Zen. And it's just how you build the world, the metaverse of how the Zen is supposed to be interacted with. That's all that has to happen. And it's gonna be a small group. We a small group, so I'm okay with being the Zen Scientologist saying, yes, one day I'm gonna psyop niggas into making one day mints, bro, on mamas. And what's funny about this fine I'm having is just that, yeah, I got hella time because the AMP doesn't really hurt me, or like it doesn't really go against me until 1500, because there's always some extra inflation. And that's something you can tell people. It's like, oh, you have a little less than 1,000 days to get as many one day, you know, or like, we're, you know, I don't want to give too much away. So just think of it like that. And right, of course, we're trying to figure out what is the max mint, because that limitation of resistance is all you also need as well. Because again, not everybody can be, as I say, on top of that mountain. There's only so much air up there, right? When you're doing 106. So once you max out some sort of concept here, it's going to affect base, and whatever base can handle, they can handle, right? So what if base puts a governor on transactions or some stupid shit? That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, you make a dApp where you're hitting it, your dApp's hitting the contract so hard that they're like limit that contract address or something. And that's how we would migrate outside of just using this Zen one. Like, we'd use a side contract that would call this contract, and you can blacklist that one. I mean, it's already happening with some sort. Like, think of like DB Zen's NFT thing that they tried. Like, that took some of the parameters of the Zen contract into theirs. So then, like, that's why there is so much they could do and whatnot. But yeah, you'll see with like the 420, we're still producing 20 million. It's still got some time on it. There's still some time for people to make C ranks and pump my bag. This is a good time for me to be doing this, because I had seen that CB Zen had a crazy day. I wish I would have done it yesterday, but yesterday it was like the biggest day of C ranks. I think they'll figure it out themselves eventually. I'm just waiting for the white swan. Lols. Yes, the white swan. What's up, Zero Dose? P.o.P had no effect on PZen mentors of PZen. It's just the water hands. Not even lettuce. All the moon boys just extracting from themselves, punching each other in the dick. Yeah, they gotta quit that. But that's why it's all hands on deck. I think they gave up though, because they stopped streaming. That was kind of like, to me, like the give up. Like, oh, we can't stop this from happening. Because they don't want to, and like, because they're protecting those people. And that, I don't know why. That's why I'm saying that shit is cooked. Because in Zen world, if something were going wrong, people would fucking fight each other. If we're fighting each other, X1's not even real. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So imagine if X1 was real and some shit was going down. There'd be X's flying everywhere. But yo, yesterday on CB Zen, crazy day for C ranks. Crazy day. 2.2 million C ranks. And this is what I'm saying, like, if this stays popular, this is going to have a term. I'm going to call it capturing, essentially. Because why put so much risk? Like, here's the thought. Right now, why not pollute the G rank and just make it really hard for people to make Zen in the future? Because, like, fuck them. We're here right now. We might as well get as much cheap present day Zen as we can. So we got to find the nooks and the cracks and whatnot. So one of the nooks and the cracks that I'm seeing is the value to hodl versus buying, and like putting the buy pressure really on the DEX and letting it drop low, and you put your risk into the mint. The thing about the mint is that right now for like this 420 ordeal, actually here, we'll just look at it. Where's it at? I got too many things up. Thankfully, you could just open this up on base. And this is like a tangible market too. There's a lot of different things I'm thinking about, but it won't be in the Zen platform. It'll be in my own little platform, but it'll be Zen, but it ain't Zen. Cause fuck it, y'all niggas don't deserve it. It's gonna be a small camp of people, and they're gonna grow it out, and they're gonna be Zenians. That's how I'm thinking of it. But yeah, 21 cents. Right. So, and this was when gas was kind of high. Gas at the time was 2 zeros and a 1.4. Right now, gas is, what is gas? Shout out Steve Mon. Oh, gas is actually a little higher right now. All right. See, that's what I'm saying. See, the thing about ETH Zen is it doesn't move anymore. So like you can just buy something and hold it. You know, you do some justice. But these, both optimism and base, the prices actually fluctuate more than people think. And since the gas prices fluctuate so much, it does kind of put like a different type of vibration into like the creation. Because again, you have some people who don't give a fuck, but then you have some people who really do give a fuck. And it's weird to have both of them in the same pool and have access. Again, that's what it is. OP Zen and base, they're accessible Zens outside of the ETH spectrum, so you can try it out, right? Trial and error. So yeah, I guess if I can catch the lows again or even lower, it's gonna be half of that. So it would be like 10 cents. So it'd be like 30 cents, right? So for 30 cents, you could get 532 million, right? So this is where my mind is, because base gas isn't going to change too much, and Ethereum is all that would change. ETH going up in price. So if ETH goes up in price, then again, gas is like another thing, like, oh, okay, that shit's going up. So naturally Zen should go up, but there's going to be a happy medium here. At some point, if y'all motherfuckers send Zen, that's what I'm saying. If people send Zen and it starts to drop zeros, like right now, CB Zen is at 9 zeros. So if it goes to 7 zeros from where it's at, what is 30 cents will be 2 over, right? So 30 cents at 7, or I'm not bad. Well, you don't even need to do that. You just go to ETH Zen and you just type in 30 cents, because that's how much it'd be. ETH Zen's gonna go up, so CB Zen's gonna go up with it, right? But CB Zen is it's a simulation. So ETH Zen is what it's like when your Zen is expensive, the reverse, right? So you're gonna have 3 million, right? So also I'm like, oh shit, if this shit were to actually do that, like 30 cents, the day's a flip. If it just instantly happened like that, and nobody would even fucking know that shit, because they're not even testing it out, but you know about it right now. So that's some free shit before April, because we're not talking about that no more on this public stream. No more free alpha. But yo, ain't that crazy? I saw that show, I was like, yo, they don't even know. They don't even know. And every single chain will be like this. So yesterday or this morning, I had it in my brain, and I was like, yo, Zen is more poetic on the blocks than in my wallet. Imagine when all the blocks are full of money. That's the vision in Zen. All the blocks are going to be full of money. They're already full of money, because if you're minting on CB Zen, everything is in profit. So you're essentially, the blocks are full of money. They're full of Zen right now. But you got to go and get that shit. Right? CB Zen is for tipping. Wait, where is that shit at? Oh man, I must have deleted it. I must have got rid of it. But yeah, like there's no reason why CBZN is chilling at 163K market cap. It's too cheap. It's just illiquid. There's nobody putting money in. There's nobody putting money to the side. And again, until like Jack Levin comes out the cuts and says something, it just is what it is. But I think that's the opportunity. The fact that we know when he steps in, you know, it's gonna be a different time, because he knows what he's doing though. Like Jack knows what he's doing. He's already fumbled once. He can't do it again. All right, imagine making Google, then making Image Shack, but only getting accounts and not doing the damn thing, the real social thing. He was the backbone of social the whole time. So him creating a social token is pretty ironic, I think, in a complex way of looking at Zen. Because again, Zen is only works because we talk about it. If we don't talk about it, then it doesn't have an effect. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to multiply the good about Zen rather than a lot of the bad. So shout out to everybody that shows up to the stream and can hear me and goes out and tries to regurgitate what I'm saying. Listen more to the streams and try to find this positivity in Zen and hand it to someone else and really bring them, transcend them to a fair crypto experience, because that's all we're promoting. We're not selling anything. This is a logarithmic scale of a depreciation, bitch. Simplistic. They do this in economics left and right. There's nothing new. Just the tip. Just the tip. Yeah, it's fucking funny. Just do it for the tip, right? Sin is for tipping. Give it away for free. That's something I was thinking about doing though. Like that's why I'm like, oh, I don't really need to get too in depth with like Zen anymore. Like I could just do a live stream and be like, I'm giving away 1 million CBZN. Like this is gonna be worth 30 cents one day. And I make it for nothing. Wait, or what's it gonna be? I forgot already. Yeah, 3 million will be 30 cents. And like what's nuts is again, the G rank is pollution for anyone going long. Or how do you no, my bad. The G rank is great for anyone going long. It's considered pollution for anyone going short. So if a bunch of shorts decide to impact the G rank, is good for the people going long. But what happens is if the long people don't build a new strategy for the people who are going short, but just in inflation, like they're just saying, hey, we're gonna take this number and expand it because fuck you, we want some Zen today. This is like bad for you if you're not adding to your bag, because you're not gonna be fighting inflation, and it's gonna take some time. Like it's gonna be thousands of days before this chaos is over. That's the beauty of Zen. And maybe that's why I'm like, maybe it keeps going, maybe it doesn't, maybe everybody just burns into something else. But the longer the case study goes along, like the longer we don't have to fork it and like change the system, I guess, is like perfect. This is exactly what we've been looking for, fellas and ladies, if you're here. I don't know how many ladies I watch, but if you do pop up, hit the like button for the fucking algorithm, please. 30 million huge. We're having a good time. Who lives for the tip? Is all I heard when I came back into the Hey, we're getting some tips. Strippers wear QR codes on this side of town. But yeah, like on base right now, that's the notion. So what happened on base is this Farcaster thing, they included airdrops. So now like people are airdropping each other coins, and this is like classic crypto, like the whole airdrop thing. And that's why I'm like, okay, see, they're still not understanding how to create value in crypto. They don't get that part. And that's what we have. That's what we actually have, that a bunch of doofuses in our fucking community don't know how to articulate. That our value is we are fair. There's no strings attached. You don't have to worry about anybody pulling up your bootstraps. All you have to do is participate. Now, how you participate, yes, it might be kind of complex and shit, but you could take it at your own pace. Like, that's what participate. Like, if you want to come into the gym and say, hey, I like what they're doing over there, that workout looks cool, then yeah, you might need to get a personal trainer so you don't hurt yourself. That's just the gym, you know? And I think, again, in Zen, it's so complex that people don't even know how to start there. Like, they're like, do I get a, what should I do to even see if I can work out? Like, and stretching, breathing. Zen will help you breathe on Ethereum. Short breaths on CB10. The volatility is insane. But yeah, that's all it is, you guys. Like, there's no super secrets. It's just promoting this idea of fairness, because you don't need anything attached to it. And it's not a meme coin where the set supply can basically make the coin a risk for large trades. So that's what our next phase will be once y'all get y'all bag. Once y'all get y'all bag, then we can push the market caps up, because people will be holding, or they'll be supplying liquidity, right? We don't care about the LP right now because it's just going to get wrecked because nobody knows how to do anything. But yeah, maybe someone makes a vault soon, and then the vault provides you with an easy 1-click, 2-click APY, right? You stake your coins, and you know what I'm saying, you pair a little ETH and a little bit of Zen, and you get some yield in a second coin that you can then, we'll build another journey out for that, I guess. I mean, that's why I'm not really a fan of that type of yield. I'm looking more at the LSTs and how do you turn a Zen coin back into Ethereum and stake it to the chain. I think that's actually cooler. We don't have any LST Zen coins. That should definitely be a thing. But yeah, so that's why I'm like, yo, everything's got to be built out. Like, imagine building out X1, right? Like, we're still trying to build out Zen. Then we got to build out X1. We got to put shit over there. It gets really complicated when you see how bare bones it is. So my whole thing is I think we're going to get an announcement about X1 before we get the chain. I thought we would just get a drop of it. Like, the chain would just drop, but that doesn't actually sound feasible in product. XNT would just spiral. It would just go down. It would just go down and down and down. And then they would have to try to get people to pick it up again. And that's not what they want to do. That's why they release Zen. So you can put all the pain on Zen for X1 realistically. That's why, again, the community can change the pain because we know how it works. And we can lure people in, essentially, to have fun in a fair manner, right? I'm not saying lure them in and try to use them as a number. I'm saying create great products that people want to use. And you can use the Zen coin as a tip or some sort of value to help push this notion of fair value, right? They thought on base they were going to tip motherfuckers with this thing called degen. This is supposed to be the tipping coin. They had no idea what they're doing. I don't know how much money they put in this. I mean, I would love to sit down with the deployer of this and ask them, like, how much money did you put in? And, you know, how much of this market cap is sitting value of people who bought the top, right? And are hoping for this to get back to where they bought, right? Just so they can dump again. So this is an eye opener for me to start to understand. Like, this is the CB Zen use case. Like, it's a way better coin. Now, what the question is is it the CBZen coin, or do you burn CBZen for another coin? And then that coin is CBZen, but it's just another coin that you burn the value into. So you get X1 and you get this other coin that's a tip coin. So I'm already working on this. If you want to help me with this, you can. I don't give a fuck. But I posted it yesterday. Nobody really understood it, but it's going to be called Zip. Or tip with an X. But the theory is that there's like an NFT gallery, and it's focused on base chain, right? The base artists, and artists can upload content and they can receive tips. So it's kind of like regular social media, where you can upload videos and photos and be artistic, and it's like a multi-mood board type shit is what I'm thinking. And people can tip you in USDC, and they get platform points for fucking helping out, like making artists twerk for something. But then like when they spend their USDC, 5% of it goes to the platform treasury. So that's the only deductible that would come back into the platform. But the platform will be open source, so the treasury essentially is owned by everybody. Like everybody wants this tip coin. Like that's what the mentality is. Everybody should want this to be the tip coin of fucking base. Like it's not like that's what Warp that's what DGen is doing wrong. That's what everyone is doing wrong. They want to take on the main character of the value. No one gives a fuck about your purple hat, dude. That's the problem. We need to get away from that. But you can't burn DGen into something else because DGen is already ass. So you're just making 2 ass coins. Now it's 2 ass coins going down. Double the ass. Double the die. Right? So that's where CBZen steps in, because you can do this. The user can burn 3 million CBZen and mint 1 XIP token. Right? So then this way, they don't have to spend USDC on the platform and give the treasury 5%. Maybe there's another percentage that happens with the tip that's smaller, giving it more to the artist, right? So it's going to be a trip. So like you're giving it more to the artist, right? But the CBZen is being burned. So when someone goes and burns, it's not here because that's funny. I'm glad it's not there. But it says ultra scarce governance token. So the reason why it's a scarce governance token is because this will be a staking coin. And when you burn for this, when you tip, your ETH address will like be connected to it. And like when you tip, when the artist goes to sell the tip, so you'll see right here, when the artist sells the XIP into the USD treasury so that they can get their value, because that's what they care about, you, the original tipper, would get X1 credit. So that's how we make the feedback loop, so that you're incentivized to want to tip, because you're like, yeah, I need X and T, so I'm gonna go tip all these fucking artists and get X and T, because I know they're gonna sell my tip because they gotta survive, right? And then they don't have to feel bad for selling on your fucking head, because you're gonna get a little credit incentive, and the game keeps going and whatnot, right? And then X and tip would be the treasury token, where people can vote on things that go into the treasury to try to expand the platform's tipping power for like base chain. This is like something I came up with going to the live event, nigga. I was like, hell yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem I'm hearing. Who would have known? You would just go and they would just tell you, we've got a problem. We need Zen. So you could, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't care about sharing the idea, because you could try to do it, but you're not crypto bruh. So you couldn't do it, right? You could try your best, but it didn't come from your soul, because that's just the way it goes. And I think, again, this is a thing that is missing in crypto. Everybody is missing it on their chain. More chains could do it, but that's where I come back to the notion. It's a blessing that Jack is throwing this out into the sky, because it has the Google attached to it. Like Zen has the Google attached to it. because you need a cosign. That's how the game go, right? We don't know who you are, who's signing you, right? Eventually, CBZen and Zen World will get so big it won't need the Google sign on no more. It's just, oh, you didn't hear this nigga was working at Google. Oh, duh, I should have bought it. So we know that that's around, you know, around the corner. That's not the hard part, guys. The hard part really is figuring out, why does the world need it? Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I got more on the table and shit because I need this shit to work. Because if it doesn't, I'm back to square one. Hold up. Yo, bro. Yo, hold up. I'm live streaming right now. I'm gonna have to hit you back. Yeah, niggas, live stream. Peace. What the fuck? Yeah, it's live stream. But he's about to. I'm gonna hit him back. Hold on, let me tell my homie I'm gonna hit him back real quick. Lols. Let me hold up. I'm about to wrap this shit up anyways. I'm a CPT though. I always say I'm gonna wrap up in 15s and it's never 15s, right? But like, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, that like we actually have something that we need to put into the cryptoverse. Like this needs to get in, guys. Like if we don't get this in, like we could do it with Zen, but that's the problem with ETH on, or Zen on ETH, is it's protected by like this OG store value narrative, and it's harder to move because Ethereum as a chain is really hard to push. All right. So of course, again, it's more of a store of value in your Zen world. You should have, again, 10 billion, stake it for as many days as you want, and then, you know, just let it bake until everybody figures it out. But like on these smaller chains, you could be positioning yourself to have exposure for the breakthrough. And I'm working hard on CBZen. Now, I don't know about the other ones, but that's my free tip to everybody is maybe make Zen a tipping coin, because if we have so many of them, just give them away if you're willing to give them away. Again, I know I'm speaking to the staker class and y'all don't want to give up your coins because it's your position and every day counts in your position for, you know, to make the most. But yeah, that might be the start of the new piece of the phase that we can force into the quantum. We could just force it by just like really strategically airdropping. But again, my thought pattern is the airdrop, it has to be no more than a day's worth. Like you're tripping if you're doing more than a day, and we can see it. We can see what a day is. So if 20 million, right? If 20 million on CBZen, this is kind of like how I'm doing the math. If 20 million is generated at the end of the we don't know what it's going to be. Well, whenever we're at the 24, we can link up that global ranks made with the amount of Zen created. And that variable essentially is what we can take to $1. Because we see P.die thing, die on die, is such a retarded narrative that this actually makes more sense. Like, why wouldn't you just want to take CBZen to $1? People couldn't sell it down. It's impossible. Once everybody buys in and it starts to go off, it's ridiculous. So like $1, that's why I was like, yo, $1, if today, like, let's say it is 20 million, 420, because I know you can go higher, but the average will probably be 420. If you go any higher than that, the chain gets clunky. And maybe it gets higher and higher, and we'll see the free market will adjust the prices. But that's that would be we would need 3 zeros removed from this moment. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, if this went to 3 zeros, right? Like if this went up to 6, then technically you could make $1 a day in tips or in Zen. So that's like $1, like, and then everything below that, you know, you can fractionalize it's like value. And then what happens from there, it's just whatever the market wants it to be, like the narrative, because it's going to get smaller. The amp goes down and you need to pump participants. But if we pump participants, then everything gets really, really wacky, because it's like, that's what it wants. Like it wants us to put in people, and it wants people to jump in and out as fast as they can and create more supply and really get us to this this next evolution of what is a crypto, from the middle of the chain. And I think Coinbase, they should want to sponsor, or not sponsor, but like they should want to tickle this idea, as XEN has said. They should want to massage it, because it could be a benefit for them, seeing how their layer 2 does not have a lot of financial incentive. Maybe if they had a coin that came directly from the nature of their chain, that again, it's not from their, they didn't spend money on the fucking the blockchain. It's just on the server. They spend money on the people maintaining the servers, but that's a crazy upside. Like, it makes a lot of sense for them to make it hype too, because it's digital money coming directly from the inside of the chain. They could rebrand it as well. There's a lot of different ways to think about it, but I do think it's a really good look for XEN or for Base Chain. And that's just not me like shilling. Like, I hear there are people saying this shit. I was in the space with them in real time, and they accepted me in. So yeah, I hope we can make that. This is where I go back with the whole like I'm beefing with Fair Crypto, because I don't get paid to do this shit. Why the fuck am I like trying to figure out how Zen Crypto works for them? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Like, that shit is fucking retarded. Like, that's like going back to the whole like, oh, I'm just working for somebody. I just happen to be intelligent, and they just happen to need this intelligence right now, because nobody else would give it, or there'd be other motherfuckers talking about it. That's how I think of it. So something's got to give at some particular point. And if it doesn't, I'm going back to Bitcoin. And then they're going to turn on the boosters and shit and be like, ha, crypto, bro, thanks for the free information. We got an NFT gallery where we tip all the artists on Base. Ha, we got you, bitch. Thanks for the idea. Maybe. Protect me, guys, at all costs. I'm here, says Brian Davis. Yeah, what up, dog? We in this hoe. How has Hex failed? You literally can buy Hex, lock it up, and borrow tomorrow. What up, Big Smoke Crypto? You could do that, but why would you do that? No money goes into Hex. Hex is also illiquid. So like you can't, anything that's illiquid you cannot use in going forward as value. I think that jelly thing is a wake-up call for everybody. And if you don't want to believe it, you don't have to. You don't have to believe it. You do not have to believe it. But this shit is the same over here too now. Oh, it's recovering, luckily. But their hype, their best coin that has the most volume is still down. So they're still trying to get it back. You know, it's only $14. But this is where I'm at with it. Most of the coins that we have in our current reality, they're not backed by anything. So most of them are backed by bad business. Bad business is not going to accelerate going into the next 6 to 12 months in crypto. Bad business is why Rabby Wallet dropped Pulse Chain. That's another flag. And if you don't want to wake up to those flags, you could do whatever you want to do. But again, you're just a person setting yourself, in my personal opinion, I think you're setting yourself up for a bad time. And that's why it's that way. There's like no running around it, you know? Like, you could try to like think of, if you're, think of it this way too. If your definitions always end with someone having to do something, then that shit is a flag. My thing here, only thing you gotta do is make content. It's not telling you to do anything other than that. Not stake up nothing. Those are all incentives. So I didn't even talk about the incentives for Zip. Like, that's what I'm saying. We need to change the Zen token into an LST token. And it needs to get liquid staking rewards. But it needs to be a different coin. And that's why I'm like, oh, we cooking here. Because then you can stake it and get the 8% APY in ETH. And then that's natural ETH coming from the blockchain. You don't got to go out and find it. It's already there for you. You just got to hook up to it. Right? Hex don't do that shit. That's all I'm saying. Hex does not do that. That shit is dead. My Hex is dead, dude, because people are siphoning money from a fucking chain I'm not even on. Like, that's the reality of Hex. And I told people about this shit. That's also why I'm like, ugh, what the fuck? This is disgusting. I can't believe I told people about this. This is disgusting. Like, cause you know, I'm not gonna go, you gonna buy this shit up, man? I'm a Xenian. We Xenians, we know you cannot, someone gotta buy this. Someone gotta take the L in order for this to go up and to the right. And that's not quality investing if you're trying to invest in something. And that's also probably somewhere you don't want to lead other people, because they're gonna be putting, you know, they're gonna be putting bricks in the quicksand. I'm not trying to hate. Do whatever you want to do. But that is why I'm not touching any of that shit. I'm on CBZen. I'm over here with my illiquid coin that, thank God, I can see how illiquid it is. I can see how illiquid it is, bro. I can see it. So it's fine. Like, the other thing about Hex, you got fucking Richard Hart, who will just randomly stake and take everybody's rewards. Like, what the fuck is that? Someone needing, I mean, I already spun up a contract, but here's a free idea. Somebody just remake Hex and use Zen instead of Hex. Everything that you think of, remix it and put Zen in there. Like, stop putting all this other shit. All that other shit is failed. Just put Zen in there. If you on Pulse Chain, take P-Zen, take Hex. I'm telling you, take the contract, put P-Zen in there, but use Phoenix. Use Phoenix code, because Joe Blau's smart ass motherfucker. He's actually really smart. When I did my shit, just know I used like all these codes, and I used that code, and it was like, man, this code is miraculous. It does save all gas. So yeah, the Hex code is bad in gas. There's fixes for that in this future with better math, better gas strategies. So you could take the Phoenix code, the Hex code, the Zen staking code, put all three together, put it on P-Zen, and literally tell everybody it's better Hex, and just run the meme and call that shit better Hex. It will be 10 times funnier than any banana meme. It takes some work, but that shit would be hilarious. I wouldn't consider until I build up a dApp and create enough passive income from crypto to live off of it. Stay home and build. See, I hear you on that, Rolando. That's like the dilemma I'm living through. And I think like that's not what made the industrial industry impactful. Like, people who sat on their ass when everybody started building cars and bridges and like businesses and cities and stuff like that, like it just waited for it to come around, you know? Like, those people don't have the stories of building the industrial industry. And that's kind of like why I'm like, man, the hard part is understanding how to put the dApp together. Shipping the product is not hard. We've done it many times. We just got to get past this beginning part where, how do I organize the ship? Because shipping it won't be hard for you. You already know where to land and expand, as Joe says. You just got to focus on getting started. And that's one thing you got. I think I'm in the same headspace battle where I keep saying I gotta get something to get there. That's not anyone's story. That's just the hard. I've been looking for that fucking story where somebody's saying what I'm saying, but no one says that. Right? They always were in a position and then leveled up. And that's why the hardest thing is getting that first position before you step up the ladder. Right? After you're on the ladder, bro, it's climbing to the sky. But yeah, keep pondering on that shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. You should just build. That's what I'm saying. Fuck around on a weekend and build better Hex with GPT. Or use Clyde. Use Clyde. Learn how to do an environment. You know, and set up your deving environment and just say, hey, I want to dev this in 5 hours. Like, I got 5 hours of free time. We're gonna lock in and make better Hex. And then just figure it all out, and I'm sure you'll be able to deploy it. This is the part where I think this is also where Zen was trying to lead us, was to see how simplistic it is to create in the internet. Everything we've been doing in the internet is 4 to 5 different companies. In the crypto space, we deal with a bunch of entrepreneurs because this is the next industry, right? This is the small. That's what I'm saying. This is the industrial industry of the digital framework. Like everything is going to be plugged in around all this stuff. That's why they got to battle test it. They got to fail, and there has to be digital money, right? And it can't be money until people use it. So Zen actually has that built in. People want to burn it for X1. You just got to figure out how to how to package it and present it. And that's what you could do too. Like you could say this is better hex. You at the end of your you can even, that's what here I'll damn, did I make it? I think I made it. I think Clyde got it right here. I'm using Clyde though. I like talking with oh, this is the tip. Okay, nah. So yeah, I got the idea of the tip feedback, or like where it's like, yo, somebody tips you, but that person that's tipping, they need an incentive to tip. So in this, on a post chain, there's a contract called Jack, where every time somebody buys and sells, there's a 1% tax on the buy and sell liquidity pool, and then it takes that it takes some Zen, 1% of the Zen from the pool, and it burns it in the name of your like, or it burns it under your ETH address, so you get the credit, right? So it's like a coin that you trade. See, Jack is an ERC20 token that implements several interfaces and has a specific mechanic around token burning. So ERC functionality, transfers, balances allowed. They had way too many tokens though, 21 trillion. That's what I was like, oh nah, see, this would have been cooler if they burned the Zen into it and made an LP and then just did double burning or something. But yeah, my mind was rocking with this one. Clyde. I know, I always say Clyde, I don't know why. Pronounce it for me. But this right here, that's what I mean. You could do it too. This is just a demo, but like it's like the same idea, where it's like someone can start a stake with Zen coins, or they can create a rank, and you could double it up, and then you could just make it so that they burn the coins and they never come out, and they just use it as like a fucking burn thing. But yeah, who fucking knows? Because what that's why the flush rewards would be something like that, like or that's what it would be like. You would get daily Zen rewards, because every day somebody might capitulate, and then yeah, it fucking rains out. But it's a lot of different ways to think about it. This is just a simplistic concept using the staking, like Zen staking, right? That's what I'm saying. Make a better hex. Like you have to use the Zen contract to make it better. If you don't use the Zen contract, then you're not going to have the fairest values. That's what you kind of have to keep massaging until you find something sick with it. What I usually do, yeah, you see, I had took the Zen contract and the hex contract, and I just gave it a little blurb. And then it made me a contract so I can kind of understand because of what I said. But yeah, you could do it too, bro. I don't have any stake in it, so I don't really care too much about it. I'm just floating ideas, which I think anybody can, recreate if they really wanted to. And why not on Pulse Chain, where people want hex anyways? Like they're psyoped to stay over there, dude. They're never leaving. Look at Zen. People are trying to buy it back, but it's just not enough. Not enough. All right, here. Let's see if Jack got anything to say. Ooh. Ooh. Cypherius Prime. He's gone quiet. Yeah, he's gone quiet. And his last tweet was kind of dark. His last post was kind of dark. So we'll see what the fuck he does next. But yeah, man. That's all I got, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip skis. Peace.